Are you missing out on life because stiffness won't allow you to move? Break free with these simple, essential exercises and keep stiffness at bay. Hey friends, my name is Yogi Aaron and I am a muscle specialist. I'm also a master yoga teacher, and my mission is to support as many people as possible to become pain-free. I've lived with pain for so many years. I've lived with chronic pain for almost 30 years, and I have found the solution, and I want to give you guys the solution so that you can go out to live your best pain-free life. Many of us over 50, like me, find that with each passing year, our bodies just don't move like they used to. There's a stiffness that just won't seem to go away and causes us to move less and less every passing year. Things that you used to enjoy, like playing with your grandkids and/or loved ones and friends, going to community events, can all of a sudden seem like a big hassle. And this can lead you to skipping out on all of the fun things in life. It's not just our bodies that change with age. It can also mess up our mental state, our mood, and emotional well-being. But Yogi Aaron is here to the rescue. These moves will help you to loosen you up, to make you feel young again. So let's get you back to doing the things that you guys love to do. All right, friends, are you guys ready to do the practice to become more flexible? So we're going to start with a very simple standing twist. What I'd like you to do is to bring your hands to your shoulders and just lift the elbows up a little bit, just like I'm doing right now. You're going to lift up and then you're going to turn as much as you can to one side. So I'm turning to my left. If you want to join me there, that's fine. And you're going to just twist as much as you can. Now, as you're twisting, keep the hips into the midline. The feet are a little separated here. And you are keeping the hips squared as possible, and then just come back and lift up the chest a little bit more if you can, and then twist from there. Now, the first few times that you do this, it might feel a little stiff. That's okay. That's completely fine. But what you're starting to do is to wake up all of these muscles in your torso that are rotating you. And inhale, come back. And exhale and twist again to that same side. You're going to the same side. Let's do it again. Bring the hands to the shoulders. And now this time we're going to do the other way. So you're going to twist the other way, which for me is to my right. And you're just going to twist as much as you can. And then inhale and come back. Lift up through the chest and then exhale and twist. Believe me, if you do these every day, inhale, come back, lift up through the chest, and then exhale and twist. So now we're going to work on the side benders. So cross your arms and just let your elbows, maybe like hand to elbow, drop your elbows. And what I want you to do is you're going to come to one side and feel like you're squeezing the shoulder towards the hip. So if you're coming to your left like me, you're going to squeeze that shoulder to the hip. Nice. And feel like you've got a Coke can in your ribs that you're trying to crunch, and then come back up. But also don't overdo it. I don't want you to strain anything. One of the number one axioms in a yama, applied yoga anatomy and muscle activation, is less is more. So sometimes the less is more is better than the more. Let's do it again. So you're going to squeeze that shoulder to the hip. So sometimes your tendency is to want to take the shoulder to the foot or the shoulder to the knee. Really try and see like you're squeezing that shoulder to the hip. Come back up. Drop that arm. Good. Inhale. Come on up. Reach up through the spine. Now what I want you to do is you're going to come over again. Don't move the hips though. Like there's a tendency to sometimes displace the hips, move the hips out. So just for fun, let's just keep that opposite hand on the other hip. And what you're going to do with that hand is reach to the side as much as possible. You're going to kind of reach the hand towards the foot. Now, the foot is not the goal. The goal is to wake up all of these muscles, but this will allow you to go to your own range of motion. Should you be at a specific range of motion? Absolutely not. So don't worry about how far you go. Just be more interested in feeling these muscles contracting. Come on up. We'll do that a couple more times. And then come on over to the side. Reach as much as you can. Remember, don't let that hip pop out. And inhale, come back up. And exhale, come over to the side. Let's recross the arms and let's do it on the other side now. So you're going to bring the shoulder to the hip bone. Remember, you've got a Coke can, like in the ribs there. You're trying to crunch the Coke can and then come back up. Inhaling deeply and then exhaling. Let's bring that shoulder to that hip bone. Beautiful, really nice. Inhale, come back up. Now we're going to come to this side. So with me, I'm going to my right. I'm going to bring my left hand to the hip here. And then I'm going to bring this hand down and I'm going to reach for my knee or my foot. As you can see, I'm not going very far. That's not the goal. The goal is to see if I can feel these muscles on the right side, on my right side right now, contracting and engaging, and that's what I'm going for. Come back up. Exhale, come back over. I'm going to hold it for about 6 seconds. And then I'm going to come back up. So the next practice is one that we often see in yoga classes called chair pose. And so we're going to do this just a few times. And this is such a great pose. So what you're going to do is just have your feet about hip distance apart, maybe even a little bit wider. And then you're going to sit back. Now we're going to use the arms in a moment here, but as you're sitting back, how far should you sit back? You don't have to sit back very far. As you can just see that I'm bending my knees just a little bit, but what I do want to do is arch my back. I want to see that arch with you guys as much as possible. Can you bend the knees more? Sure, you can bend them as much as you want. But the more important thing is to get this arch in the back here. And then of course we're going to use our arms, okay? So bend the knees, bring the arms. Now, instead of bringing the arms just directly up, I want you to bring the arms at 45 degrees. So bring the arms to like 45 degrees. Look up, you're kind of making a V with your arms. Now, if you bring your arms out to the sides, that's a T. And if you bring your arms all the way up, what letter is that? That's like a W or a U. I don't want a U and I don't want a T, I want a V. So let's make a V with the arms. You're going to drive the thumbs back as we do this, okay? So bend the knees and bring the arms out like a V and keep the arms as straight as possible and drive the thumbs back, and you're gonna feel this in all of your back muscles. Inhale, come back up, and exhale, bring the arms down. Whew. Let's do it a few more times. So bend the knees. Again, you don't have to bend that much, you decide, but bring the arms up like a V. Now I want you to just lift the chin just a little bit. Please don't like crank up and look up as far as you can. Just lift the chin a little bit, but lift through the chest. If you're not sure where your chest is, bring your finger to your chest and invite yourself to lift into that finger. Inhale, come and stand up, and exhale, bring the arms down. Take a breath here. Inhale deeply. The next thing that we're going to do here is just a very simple lunge pose. So as you're doing this, we're just going to do this a couple of times on each leg. You're going to step your one foot back. So I'm stepping my left foot back right now. And you're going to push through that back heel and you're going to bring the right knee forward. So I'm pushing my left foot back right now. And one of the things that I want to do is really squeeze the glutes. So if the wall is here in front of you, your hands will be on the wall or on the chair for balance. And that's completely fine, because the work is not in trying to keep the balance. The work is actually engaging the glutes, having that knee over the heel. And then what I want you to do is come forward a bit, but then lift up the chest and then squeeze everything in. And really squeeze that glute of the leg that's forward. So in this case, it's my right glute. And then I'm going to come forward and let the hands come down and take a deep breath. So let's now bring the other foot back. So I'm going to bring my right foot back now. And again, squeeze the glutes. Remember to use the wall or use the chair if you need to. Drive that back heel back, press down through the front heel, squeeze the glutes, and then come forward. Now, if you're holding onto the chair or the wall, really lift the heart as much as possible to arch in that back, and just feeling the lower back muscles engage. Now, if you can, bring your hands to the sides, and again, just lift up and away from the glutes, away from the hips, but squeeze the glutes, and then slowly step up the back foot. Let's do the other side. So step the left foot back, or the other foot back, whatever foot is on the other side. And then press back through the heel, come forward, squeeze through the glutes. Good. Remember, if you're holding the chair, it's kind of like you're pulling the chest forward and up. Okay, really press down through the front heel and engage that glute. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. Now here's a little challenge. Come up a little bit more slowly, squeezing the glute of that side as much as you can. Let's do the other side. So bring that foot back. And then if you can, bring the arms to the sides. Feel like you're almost squeezing the shoulder blades together, but also taking the shoulder blades back and down the spine. Come forward with the torso and squeeze your glutes as much as possible. The last thing that we're going to do here, and again, some of you don't have balance, so if you have that wall next to you, use that wall. If you have the chair, use the chair if you need more stability. But these are called leg lifts, or I call them just knee lifts. It's very, very, very simple. If you don't need the chair or the wall, have your hands on your hips. If you do have the chair or the wall, just have one hand on one hip. That's completely fine. And lift up one knee as much as you can. Now, when you're doing this, guys, please remember to keep your spine as erect as possible. Don't lean forward or lean back. So if this is as high as you can go before you start leaning forward, stay here. I would rather you here than here or here. And then lower the foot down. We're actually going to do this alternating side to side. So we're going to come up with the other knee now. Again, if you're using the wall or the chair, lift the knee up as high as you can, without leaning back or forward or even to the side, and then slowly come on down. And then come up on the other side. So we're going to do this a few times. How long do we hold it? About 6 seconds. It's just enough time just to wake up those muscles, but also not to stress them out. One of the reasons why you have muscle tightness is because there's stress in the joint. So the last thing we want to do is add more stress to anything. Lift up on the other leg. Very nice. Lift up as high as you can, and then slowly come on down. And then lift up on the other leg. Really nice, guys. And then slowly come on down. Hey friends, please remember to click the subscribe button, make a comment below, and let us know what you think about these videos. Please also remember to share these videos with others who you call friends so that you can help others begin to live their best pain-free life.